Well, I believe congratulations are in order. You are now living on your own. Some of you may have moved out because you felt it was time to become independent. Some of you may have moved out because you just got tired of living with your parents. And let's be honest, some of you moved out because your parents got tired of living with you. But regardless of that fact, here you are, headed up to your new home. But with great power comes great responsibility. Yeah, I stole that from Spider-Man, but whatever. That means that now everything falls on you. From going to work to paying the bills, that's on you. And if you're not careful, you can really stress yourself out by thinking about all the responsibilities that you're now in charge of. But with a little prioritized thinking, it actually becomes pretty simple. And it starts with our two biggest concerns. So what are our two biggest concerns? Well, the answer to that is simple. Money and food. Now what I'm going to do is show you how to eat great while still saving money. And the answer to that lies right in here. The kitchen. Now I know some of you can't, don't want to, or don't care to cook on a daily basis because it can seem hard or time consuming, and you know what? Part of that is true. But let's take a look at this. Let's say you eat all your meals out, but you're conscious with your money, so you eat cheap. Breakfast, you just get a coffee, $3. Lunch, you eat off the dollar menu somewhere, so $5. Now dinner's gonna be a little more expensive, but you can still find some fast food meals for around $8. So let's just say one meal a week, you treat yourself to a $15 expense. For just 1 week's groceries, that's $120. That doesn't even count the hospital bill you're gonna have to pay for clogging your arteries for the rest of your life. Do you know what you can get for $120? Now some of you may be thinking, well, $120 isn't that bad. And to you I say, it must be nice to have a rich uncle. Now what if I told you that I can show you how to shop for yourself for $50 a week? Would you mind an extra $70 in your pocket? If you do mind, please send donations to Solna, Holland, Amsterdam-Gaten 46 171 27 Solna. But I digress. Now you may seem a little skeptical, and to be honest, that's understandable. So what we're going to do is take a little trip to the grocery store, and I'm going to show you what to buy. Come on.
Or you can get with that. You can get with this, or you can get with that. You can get with this, or you can get with that. I think you can get with this, cause this is kind of fat. Come on. Where's the black sheep? Here's the black sheep. Even if we wanted to, the clock cannot be weak. Watch me swing like this. Why should I swing it like that? Because in fact, on me it might not attract. This, or you can get with that. You can get with this, or you can get with that. You can get with this, or you can get with that. I think you can get with this, cause this is where it's at. You can get with this, or you can get with that. Come on.
So there it is. $50 worth of groceries that'll last you 1 week. I mean, you have everything. Cereals, your breads, rice, potatoes, meats, juice, milk, cheese, eggs. Everything that you'll need for a week. But before you go off to the store, let me tell you a few other things that you need to know. When picking out your ground beef, name brand as opposed to off-brand is not as important as what country the meat comes from. Now, as long as the country that you buy it from hasn't had any trouble with mad cow disease in the past, then you should be okay. Now, looking back at the tape, You saw how I waved no when I was holding the delicious Tropicana orange and apple juice. Why is that? Because it's twice as expensive as what the off-brand is. And trust me, it may be a little bit of a difference in taste, but it's not worth the extra money. Okay, on to rice. Now, freeze it. Okay, this in my hand is parboiled rice. Parboiled rice is half-cooked rice that is then made for you to make later. It also means that it tastes really, really bad. I'm telling you this so you don't have to hear it from your father after you've already bought a bag that's having to eat that for another month and a half. Now, spices are another thing you need to purchase that are a definite must when it comes to learning how to cook. Now, that wasn't incorporated into our $50 limit because you should have spices for about 1 to 2 months after you purchase them. Now you know as much as I do about grocery shopping. Now, granted, it may not be much, but I'm eating good, aren't I? So the next question that may come to your mind is, I have all this food, what do I do with it? Come on now, remember what I said before. Don't worry, I got you. Join us next time.